What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda here, and I want to talk to you today about golf courses. So, one of the things that I have learned here about golf courses is that they really aren't building new golf courses. And that's not totally literally true. They are building new golf courses, but basically, more golf courses, as I understand the data, are closing than new golf courses are being made. So, overall, golf courses are disappearing. And there's probably a number of reasons for that. And actually, I do believe this because here in Illinois, there was actually a golf course that had a clubhouse, it had staff, it had a banquet hall, it had 18 holes. It was supposedly pretty nice. A little further south of Chicago, but I want to say maybe an hour or two, not downstate Illinois. A relatively populated area, not in the middle of nowhere, not in the middle of farmland where everyone was commuting 20 miles to this golf course. Anyway, the whole point is that they actually put this golf course up for sealed bid auction, which is where you put in what you will pay for it, sealed envelope, and they will open them and take the highest bid. And what surprised me is that I think the buildings themselves appraised for 800 or $880,000, and then the golf course appraised for several $100,000, and the winning bid was $600,000. So obviously the buyer got a pretty good deal. And if you don't even maintain the golf course, you've got this banquet hall and you've got a ton of property. I don't know if you have the zoning rights to go ahead and subdivide it into a community. I might just reduce it to 9 holes and then put a community around it too, make a ton of money. But that kind of led me to think, how can we make the most of golf courses that exist already? And one of the things that I came across here, and this is not the only one, but there is a golf course in Michigan called Forest Dunes. I actually heard some people chit-chatting about it, and I am fascinated by it. Michigan is one of my favorite states. That's the state I grew up in. Good old Detroit. So I am curious where this actually is. It's in Roscommon, Michigan, which, again, not sure where that is, but I'm sure it's accessible, a drive from somewhere. And what makes Forest Dunes Golf Course interesting is that it is reversible. So what that means is that it is reversible in the sense that you play from the tee box to the greens through the 18 holes. And then what they do is they reverse it. I think there's a tee box near the green, or I'm not sure if they just play from the tee box. That would be the next hole, but you basically play it backwards on alternating days, which is brilliant to me because what that allows you to do is basically have two golf courses on one golf course. And you're not actually maintaining additional property. But the things that I've heard about this is that you are used to playing a golf course, and Manor was meant to play off the first tee box to the first green. But if you were to play that in reverse, from the green to the tee box, it's just different. The experience is different. It may be uphill instead of downhill. It may be a dog leg left instead of a dog. You're just so conditioned that how you experience things is the way it is always experienced. And then just to reverse the flow of that is a totally different experience. And I've heard that people who have played this say back to back, one day they play it going one way and then they play it going the other way, that it just doesn't even feel like the same course. Now, this is not the only reversible course. I actually think there are a number of reversible courses around America. I would love to know how they work. And I don't think that they have to be that difficult, especially if you don't actually make new greens and tee boxes. I guess that's what am thinking about. I kind of wonder if you have two greens on every hole, like you have a green on one end and on the other end. I don't know. It'd be one of those things where you should tell me if you've played one. I can't wait to get out there and try it. I don't even know that you'd notice it. Be like, oh, where do I tee off from? The thing. I don't think it would be confusing, but it could be. But it looks like a beautiful golf course. Forest Dunes. I'm not sure how much it costs to play this. They have the loop red, the loop black, which I am assuming is the reverse. And the rates here, it's a beautiful looking course. 18 holes, $125 during the weekday. On the weekends, it looks like it's, oh man, 145. Peak season, June 1st to September 30th, $200. So it's not cheap, plus cart fees. But I would almost play 2 days on this. So if you make a weekend out of it, you're paying $200 for a Saturday round, $200 for a Sunday round. I think it's actually genius. Like I said, giving people more experiences, have a different experience on the same golf course. You're also not building anything new. You're maybe doubling your greens fees because you're getting people to play out of sheer curiosity. And we're making the most of the golf courses that are left. So instead of trying to figure out how to put on more facilities or sell more stuff in the pro shop, all these other things, now you basically have two golf courses instead of some of the private country clubs that honestly have two golf courses, 36 holes. That's a lot to maintain. That's just 2x the effort. But now you've got two courses, but only the same effort to maintain it, the same effort to keep it beautiful, the same staff that needs to put in the same number of holes each day, but two different courses. I love it. I just think it's a fantastic idea. That being said, I've never actually played on one. It's just a theoretical, fantastic idea for me. But for anyone who has played a reversible course, you might be able to tell me, hey, did you enjoy it? Was it confusing? Was it actually different from the people that I've heard that said, hey, it just felt like a different course the second day? Is that true, or is it a little bit of hyperbole? So I'm curious. I am super excited about playing this. I'll tell you, Roscommon, Michigan is up in the central part of Michigan. So if you're looking at the mitt, like at the bottom of the middle finger there, so pretty accessible if you're anywhere in Michigan. Obviously, that's going to be a few hours drive from pretty much the furthest parts of the lower peninsula. Don't forget, there is the upper peninsula too. A lot of people forget about that, but I'm just talking about the lower peninsula. So if I'm in that area again, I definitely would love to check that out. I might see if there's a reversible course a little closer to me, but I am certainly excited about checking them out. And I think that all the golf courses should take a look at their layout and say, hey, is this something we can do? Just something novel that we can expand our offering and get more people involved in it. I'd be curious to see if other courses can retroactively add this in. So that's just my thought for today. Reversible golf courses, doubling the golf experience without having to buy up a bunch of expensive land and hire a bunch of expensive talent to maintain it. That's it. Peter Von Panda, out.
She's a small wonder, lovely and bright and soft curves. She's a small wonder, a child unlike other girls. She's a miracle, and I grant you, she'll enchant you at first sight. She's a small wonder, and she'll make your heart take flight. La 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 la. She's fantastic, made of plastic, microchips here and there. She's a small wonder, brings love and laughter